Hi again. So today I'm reading an excerpt from chapter 24, Pet Caregiver Burden. As I said yesterday when I ended, this chapter and this pet caregiver burden was something that I discovered because of my own feelings that I was going through with caring for Gidget, who had chronic health issues. And, after talking to Joe, I just thought to myself, I can't possibly be the only one who is feeling these feelings. There has to be more people like me out there. So that's when I began to do some research. That is one of my gifts is, though it can be detrimental sometimes, I will do research to find out more information if I possibly can. And this was such a blessing to come across the work of Dr. Mary Beth Spitznagel. She's a PhD who specializes in neuropsychology, which is the study of the relationship between behavior, emotion, cognition, and brain function. And she had been caring for a family member with dementia, and then her own dog would also suffer dementia. And this would lead her to doing this study on the burden that people feel not only caring for their family members, but for their pets as well. So that's the part I'm going to pick up with is for the research, Dr. Spitznagel conducted a survey of 238 owners of dogs and cats. Half the animals had a chronic or terminal illness, and the other half were healthy. Those who took part in the survey completed questions asking about how taking care of a pet affected them. As I read Spitznagel's findings, I felt they were describing me. People caring for sick pets definitely experience caregiver burden, including its trademark feelings of anxiety, stress, and depression, along with a lower quality of life, as those who tended to their chronically ill human relatives. What really surprised me, though, was that most of the 240 participants of the study, 98% in fact, were female. They were also an average of 48 years old, highly educated, and of a fairly high socioeconomic class. Though more research is needed about how different groups of people interact with their pets, the researchers felt this group was the most likely to choose to keep an animal with a terminal illness or chronic disease alive, despite the financial cost or emotional effects. Knowing I wasn't alone and that what I had been feeling was not only real but had a name helped to lift some of my burden. I wanted to know more and went to their website, petcaregiverburden.com. The organization is dedicated to the science of caregiver burden in the pet owner and the understanding of how the owner's experience impacts others, including the veterinarian and the pet. So I had gone on to read Am I a Burden Caregiver, which she described on her blog as a burden caregiver may feel angry or strained when they are around their loved one, but part of the anger may actually come from fear or uncertainty. For example, a caregiver may feel afraid of the future or uncertain about what treatment choices to make. Experiences of guilt are also common. The caregiver may believe she or he should be doing a better job or doing more to provide care. So the conclusion was that while taking care of a terminal sick pet has many rewards, it's easy to give until it hurts, thus leading to feelings of overwhelm and despair. So it's important when one feels this way to ask for help and to recognize that this does not mean they are weak or uncaring. The article also mentioned how vital it is to look closely at all the issues at play. Consider how they affect your life and what you may be able to do to manage or improve things. So this is something I was definitely trying to do. And when I come back tomorrow, the next chapter is going to be called Not Alone, which is chapter 25. And let me just take a sneak peek here. I do share more in this chapter about the pet caregiver burden, and just realizing that I'm truly not alone, which is very helpful as I continue on this self-healing journey. So tomorrow I'll be back, so I hope to see you then. Bye-bye.